Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is BC. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I wanted to come on today and talk with everybody about a particular subject that I think is extremely important. And I'm going to cover multiple layers of it. And I really want you to pay attention today, because this is one of those episodes among many that I do that really will force you to take a cold, hard look at what you're doing, your circumstances, a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but more so than ever, the present moment, okay? What are you doing with your life? That's the question I want to ask you. What are you doing with your life, right? What are you doing with your life? Okay, I went through tremendous transformation, initially, when I decided to stop playing basketball and get into real estate, right? That kind of ushered in this new movement that I'm in of constantly bettering myself and constantly changing on a daily basis, getting new information, right? Getting smarter, getting more capable, making more money, helping more people, growing my real estate team, right? Everything changed. And it all started with one decision in the past that was after what I perceived to be my life being ripped out from under me, okay? I felt at the time back then that my basketball career was ended unjustly, okay? Now, whether we want to say that's true or not, it doesn't matter because life goes on. But that's what I thought back then. So making a decision post that event, which again, I deemed unfair back then, was difficult for me, all right? But remember what I said in the beginning, what are you doing with your life? The moment that decision was made, everything changed, dude. Everything changed. When I said I want to become a better communicator, I want to be the best at real estate, right? I want to work on my confidence, my mindset, everything else. Everything about my existence became that. Bought every book, went to every seminar, talked to every stranger out there, right? Signed up for Toastmasters, bought every program, joined coaching, and I'm still doing that to this day. But when you ask me, what am I doing with my life? Now I can answer the same way I answered, almost 10 years ago now. It's dedicated to that. It's dedicated to that. So when you look at my schedule, what I do every single day and everything in between, it's obvious what I'm doing. It's very easy nowadays in the social media era to lie. It's very easy. You put a couple motivational quotes, you tell people that you're doing this, you're doing that, but very quickly, right, reality starts catching up to you and hey, the gig is up. You can only bullshit yourself in the world for so long, but you can never really bullshit yourself. Why? Because you're with you 24/7, dude. You're going to know if on the inside you're broken, but on the outside you're smiling with everybody. You see? And this first point that I'm talking about right now is something I can hang my hat on over the majority of people that you probably follow and a lot of the top people in quotes out there. And when I say top, I mean a lot of people on social media. They're broken on the inside. They're suffering on the inside, right? Why do you think so many celebrities are looking at drugs and they're found almost committing suicide? Internally, they're broken, dude. They're broken. I'm not. I get better internally every single day. And I've stood the test of time, especially to all the people who've been haters or waiting for my downfall. Newsflash, motherfucker, that shit's never going to happen. As time goes on, I prove myself more and more. Where are you at? If you are my opposition, where are you at? I'm getting better every day and I'm showing the world. If I was lying or deceiving or all that, it would have caught up to me by now. Because the same principles that I push and study and believe and live my life by would slap me in the face and destroy me. So I dedicated myself to that and learning that and getting better at that. So now that I presented that question to you, what are you doing? If you said you want to achieve mastery, I don't know, in communication, if I look at your life, what are you doing? Who have you studied? What have you done besides what everybody else does? Because again, you now have to compare your statement and your dedication, right? And look at those priorities that you apparently have said. And again, I'm going off just what you said, whatever that person said. And look, and then compare it to what the average person is doing. If you're doing what the average person is doing, just listening to a podcast, just going to YouTube, you're not going to get anywhere, dude. You need to become ruthless with yourself and what it is that you want to accomplish. Period. Because it's that level of dedication that's going to get you where it is that you want to go. You want to become the best at communicating? Dude, you better be communicating every day, all day, studying it, getting around people that do it, right? And literally just consume yourself with that. at least until you decide you want to do something else. But while you're choosing something and doing it, man, go head first into the water. Stop dipping your toes in it. Because that's what it's about, man. Who watching me, especially listening to me, wants to be average at what they do? You want to just blend in. You want to be one of the crowd, one of the bunch. Now, if you listen to me, especially if you're a closer student of mine, right? You're on my coaching, you know, go to my events and stuff. That's a resounding hell no. You want to be the top of the top, the cream of the crop. You see, but we've been at the same time shamed for wanting to do that, shamed for wanting to go for too much, right? We live in this society and in this world that keeps a lot of people stuck because of this push-pull dynamic that's added from the outside. Your own internal process as you developing it better wants to push out while everything else is resisting you. Because the societal norms and the world philosophies, at least the mainstream ones, are very detrimental to your psyche as an individual and very detrimental to your growth, your personal growth as a human being. And you have to be able to see that dichotomy. You have to be able to see that polarity and play with it and say, okay, I understand, right? This obstacle that's in front of me is an illusion. It's not even real. Why? Because it's internal. It's been planted like a seed into your thought process. So you've literally added that resistance yourself. That's the beauty in this, and that's the teaching here, is that resistance is removed you with you. It's not some outside thing that you do. It's the internal work, the work that you do in regards to your thought process, your perspective, right? Understanding the past, understanding the mind, right? And then it just dissolves. Like if you ever play one of those video games where you beat an enemy or the boss, and then like the wall or whatever was there protecting it just dissolves. That's literally what it does. That's literally what it does. Now, how do we do that? With what I said in the beginning: priority, dedication, and knowing what you want to do and where you want to go, period. And then, this is the asterisk now, doing whatever the fuck it takes to get there. That's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want anything less than that. You must demand nothing less than that from yourself as well. Because I'm just this voice that you're listening to and watching, or if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever. Once this is off, you're left with yourself. Now, you may still have remnants of my voice, and my voice will go with you for sure, but it's still done by self, right? If anything, if you're going to get a tattoo, get that word self tattooed on you. So when you look at it, you understand self-responsibility, self-accountability, right? Self-discipline, self-reliance, self-mastery. That's what it's about. Now, that's obtained through internal work, and then also gathering and collecting from others who are on the same journey or who have gone farther than you, then bringing it back and assimilating that information and those teachings into what you're doing. Again, on a daily basis. This has to be done on a daily basis, right? Look at society. Oh, take days off. Oh, cheat on the weekend. Have your cheat meal. If you really think about that, listen to how detrimental that is. Not just linguistically by the word, but that mindset. If I'm going to do, as an example, any deviation in my diet, it's not a cheat day. It's there on purpose for a reason. The linguistics around it and the strategy are different. Same thing, if from training or working, I'm going to take a day to reassess, to work on my business instead of in my business, that's how it's going to be worded. And it's going to come from a position of creation, not this societal norm that's been pushed to take a day off or do this or cheat. You know the ramifications that has on your psyche and your mind? Have you thought about that? No, but we just go around, oh, it's my cheat meal. And then you use the language of the average person. You follow the actions of the average person. You follow the plan of the average person. And all that stuff is sprinkled into your life. And then you're sitting back wondering, how come I'm not getting the results that I want? How come these people that I listen to or pay, I'm not quite getting there yet? Well, this is one of those reasons. And why? Because you're taking these own seeds and planting them within you and watering them. At the same time, the ones that were planted in by somebody else and watered, you're not going in knowing that you have the capacity to pull those seeds and weeds out and throw them away and then water only the ones that you put in your mind. See, that's what this is about. My mind is a garden that has been built and cultivated by me. I've plucked out the weeds, I've taken them out, and I only use organic products, and I only put the seeds and the things in my mind that I want to be there Period. End of story. The more you understand that, the more you begin to take control of it, and the more that you add that into your life from this perspective with this level of intensity, you will make leaps and bounds of improvement in everything that you do, because everything stems from the mind. How you process this world stems from your mind. Your perspective stems from the mind. Your ability to control your emotions stems from your mind. Your ability to go out there and acquire riches, money, success, whatever you deem that as, material, non-material, starts and ends with your mind. Everything there, addiction, whatever you want to call it, it's here. It's up here. And you have control over it. I'm somebody today, right, that you're studying or looking at, or whatever level you study me at, right? Let's take stock real quick so you can understand where this advice is coming from. All right. Emotionally, happier, more fulfilled than I've ever been. Don't have problems. I have no vices, addictions, oh, I gamble, all this and that. I'm a degenerate. I do drugs. None of that shit. None of it. I give back a tremendous amount, whether it's my free time, whether it's money, random people that, I find their GoFundMe's, they need money for surgery, 500, 1,000 here and there. I do that. I just don't advertise it. All the stuff that people think, oh, this is a part of the human existence and you're going to suffer because of it. I don't suffer from any of that shit. Now, am I perfect? No. But I've reached a level in particular subject matter that dooms the average and majority of the populace. And I don't deal with that shit. So obviously I've been able to achieve something mentally. And my practices and rituals and thought process and studies and everything that I do becomes an embodiment of that. Now, how important is what I just described to you? If it's very important, then I dare you to come a little bit closer to see what I can teach you. Now that is up to you, whether it's me or someone else, that person that has that thing, what are you going to do to get it? Because I did whatever I had to do. You can go back on my channel too, my main YouTube channel, on my podcast. I've interviewed a lot of my mentors and people that have helped me, shout out to them. And I still give them props and I still give them a shout out. All of them. I've interviewed them on my YouTube. I've talked about all of them constantly, even with the amount of bullshit and ridicule that I get from people. I don't care. Why? Give credit to where credit is due. Always. Always. I don't give a shit what you think about it. Or if you don't like those people or you like them, I don't care. Because those are the people that help me and I will always have respect for them forever. Now that is a priority to me. I mean, look at the stuff that I post. Right? We think we can get away with not doing what we're supposed to do and hiding it. You can't. You will answer for your actions and your transgressions. 100%. The truth will always reveal itself. Always. And it will shine the light on the darkness of either the unknown or falsities. 1,000% of the time. So what do? I test myself and I make that priority all the time. I have some sort of insecurity or discomfort when it comes to communication. I'm going to tackle that thing and wrestle it to death. I will communicate 24/7 until it's gone. I have a money issue. I will attack the money issue. I will shine the light on my insecurities when it comes to money and add my financial management system and read the books that I need to read and study the people that I need to study. Whatever, done. 2 things that I just described, I've done them and I continue to do them. Look. What's the deepest, darkest secret in the back of your closet? Is it you're not good with the opposite sex? Good. Make it a priority. Fix it. You can't communicate. Consider yourself an introvert and you fall over and under and prey to all that societal bullshit. Fix it. What are you going to do about it? You don't like a career? What are you going to do about it? Change it. Take the step. Oh, I'm scared. Everybody's fucking scared when they do something new. Hopefully my intensity isn't more than yours when it comes to your own life. Oh man, you're too intense. No, I'm the right level of intensity. You're just not used to it. You need to get this intense or more intense with yourself. If I see more potential in you than you see in yourself, that's sad. If I'm more fired up to help you than you are to help yourself, that's sad. If I'm pushing you and more willing to do the things that you need to do than you have for yourself, that's sad, man. What is it going to take? Eventually, you have to look at yourself in the mirror like I look in this camera talking to you and say, man, I've been bullshitting myself. I need to do something. Or you give up and then accept it and move on. Never bitch, never complain. Walk the other side. Don't ever work on yourself again and just quit, dude, and leave and stop bullshitting everybody. But most importantly, yourself. But that conclusion has to be come to at some point. So what is it going to be? Listener, Supreme Being podcast listener, what is it going to be? What do you need to do right now to fix or improve whatever it is that you want to improve? Because it's about that priority, man, and then seeing it through. Is it an actual priority? All of you listening to this, you have priorities. A lot of them just fly under the radar because they've been a bullshit priority for so long, you don't even notice anymore. Some of you will literally search the ends of the world for that perfect morning coffee. That's the dumbest fucking thing you can do, dude. Yet you'll tell me, oh, I can't do the cold showers. Oh, I can't work out on an empty stomach and all the other crap. But you'll do whatever it takes, like a fiend, for that coffee, or fill in the blank with whatever. When that's the fucking problem, but you don't see it. But hey, I'm not your parent, but you have to see it for what it is. You have to stop bullshitting yourself and stop justifying, because, you know, whatever that is, let's say it's the coffee thing, man, we are master communicators when it comes to justifying it or making excuses or whatever it is. All the things that you want, when it comes to something that's a priority, suddenly magically all those things click and you can abide by all these principles and you become a good communicator, and all the stuff you want to work on suddenly comes out. So you need to look at not the symptom of the problem, but the actual problem, which is a level or two beneath it. And that's the key. Get to that and you will fix this shit. Is it a priority to you though? I hope it is. And after listening to this, if it's not, man, I don't know what else to tell you, dude. I really don't. Because I'm in your corner. I really am. I want to help. I know the numbers have been exploding on the podcast. I know a lot of people are listening to this, but you got to do it for you, because when you do it for you, everybody benefits. Most importantly, you, but everybody around you, the people you care about, the people that are close to you, your friends, your family, whatever it is. Everybody benefits from it. The better version and best version of you. The world does too. It's like a web that goes out. It's really cool. But we've been fooled to not focus on ourselves, and it's not about you and this and that. And we've bought that garbage. We've bought that garbage. I see times changing. I think individuals are changing. People like me who are silenced and censored will still get our message out. Why? Because you can silence a person, you can't silence an idea. You can kill a person, but you can't kill an idea. That's how powerful it is, because it affects the consciousness of the planet. And there's no stopping that. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Supreme Being podcast. You want to check out my products, coaching, events, all that is on bryancasella.com. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, peace out.